Welcome back, everybody. My name is Kidney, and today I'm doing a double review of the SH Monster Arts and Hiya Toys Godzilla from Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, also known as Godzilla 2024, if you want to get technical. Both of these figures excel in each other's own right. One has amazing articulation, and the other one has amazing sculpt and detail. It's a toss-up for me on which one is better. And with me liking both of them equally, I decided to do a double review. Firstly, I'm going to start off with Hiya Toys Godzilla. Alright, so here's the box. You got a really nice picture of Godzilla right here. Godzilla text, Monsterverse, warning, 15 plus. And then you get the Godzilla X Kong New Empire. Top, side, on the back, there's Godzilla again, basically just the figure. And here's some text that I cannot read because it's in Chinese, Mandarin. I'm trying. On this side, you got a colorful looking cloud and the Godzilla logo, the Godzilla X Kong logo all over again. Also, I really enjoy the cotton candy look of all this. It's very energy focused, and I just really like that. Getting Godzilla into a neutral pose. Now that he's in a neutral pose, we can get into the articulation. A nice maw. Just a hinge at the jaw, hinge at the tongue, and then these pieces right here. There's 1, 2, 3. And see that right there? Yeah. So basically, those just fill in the gaps because people are weird about gaps in their toys. So he can look right, and he can look left. He can look up, and basically nothing down. Is a ball joint right here, so he can go out that far, in that far, all the way around. Well, no, I take that back. He stops right there. He's got fat right here. It just won't let him twist all the way. But anyways, it's a ball joint. It's supposed to be a ball joint right there. Lovely. Anyways, there's gonna be a swivel right here at the elbow. Swivel, bend, because he's got a broken arm. Getting to the hands, you can just basically put these things in any which way you want. Getting to the waist, it's just one cut right there. Okay, so if you misalign the plates a little bit, you can have a further tilt back. But yeah, that's about the range you're gonna get. Yeah. But yeah, it's not a whole lot of range. You can slightly rotate. I wouldn't push it, but yeah, he can basically do that. Getting into his legs, he can kick up, yay, huh? Oh wow, look at that. You can do a full 360. Yes, he goes out that far, in that far. Because it's a ball joint, you have some in and out rocking motions. The knee, there's hinge right here, hinge right here. See that? Straight leg. not straight legs. The reason why I show you this leg over this one is because this one, only one of the hinges engages. So that's basically how straight I can get this one leg. So his shins can swivel, his toes move up, and I say toes, but if I'm being honest, his whole foot is nothing but toes. So don't hate me. Swivel, right there. See that? Swivel. And then he's got a very, very, very slight ankle pivot. So it's yeah. Okay. Now, getting to whenever you get a Godzilla figure, it's a hit or miss with the tail. Though this is better than the NECA. It feels too. It's a $50 figure whenever it first come out. So I'm not entirely upset with how this tail works. I mean, it moves, and that's good enough, you know? Yeah, so, I mean, you really have a decent amount of play with this. And what's crazy is, everything that I've put this in, every pose I put this tail in, it holds the pose. So there's that on Hiya Toys' Godzilla's articulation. Now, one of my favorite parts, and this is my selling point for this figure. Look at the detail. Look at that. That's itty bitty, bro. Here's my finger. That's my middle finger. I'm flipping the camera off. Look at that. I mean, look at the teeth, bro. Look at that head. That's like so perfect. Roof of the mouth. Sort of focus. There we go. Little fleshy, odd looking mouth. There's the tongue. That's just so cool. I mean, teeth are individually painted, mostly. Under the neck is kind of meh, but there's like a lot of brown and gray washes. Looking down to the chest, it's just a gray figure with dark wash rolling over it, and that's okay. Honestly, that's all this figure really needs. It feels like a darker gray was just sprayed over the dorsal plates on his ribs. He's got a nice crocodilian texture. Back of the legs. You can see it more in person, but on the camera you can tell it's there. It's a darker, brownish, rustier color than it is on camera. It's on the back of the feet too. They even painted the inside of the hands. Focus. Look at that. They painted the inside of the hands. Here's his groin section. Just paint on the inside. Paint all over. Are you really going to see this on SH Monster Arts? Here's the tail. Really nice undercolor. Some more dirty wash along the tail. Now that I'm done with this Godzilla, I'm going to swap over. So firstly, getting into the box, as you can see, Monsterverse logo right there. Big old Godzilla. Godzilla X Kong, New Empire.
Yeah, Godzilla X Kong, New Empire, 2024.
Anywho, these spines, they cascade up and they finish at the top. Tamashii Nation, 70th anniversary, 2024. There's that. Here's logo again with Godzilla looking Angie. Oh, there's that. The back. It's got a window in the shape of an X. Godzilla, X Kong, New Empire. As if we already, haven't seen it like 7 different times on this box. Anyways, there's some little pictures of Godzilla. Just thought you'd like to see that. Honestly, I really enjoy this Godzilla. It's got a lot of things going for it that I think that other SH Monster Arts in the same vein don't. So, starting with a neutral position. Alright, so starting with articulation. The mouth can open very wide. A lot wider than the other figures with the same sculpt. His tongue also moves. That's really cool. His head goes up that far. He can look left, right. Basically, he has pretty much a good free ball joint right here. This piece right here is just a floating piece. This is also on a ball joint, so combining the neck and that, you can look up pretty dang far. Right here at the neck, very, very faint. This piece moves. It's, yeah, see? Right there. His armpits, he can rock forward and he can rock back with a slight tilt. Getting into his waist, tilt, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And he has a very deep crunch. You gotta finesse it respectfully. So, you gotta crunch like that. It's a very tight joint right here, but it's not too bad once you get used to it. Just be mindful that you could break the ball joint that's in it. You just wanna pull it forward and then tilt it back, and eventually you'll get back to being like that. Arms. This arm, I hate this sculpt on this arm. I mean, they're sculptors. They know how to make molds. This is like the 4th fucking time they've made this mold. And 4th time they've used this mold and they can't fix an arm? That's how much it goes up. And that's how much it goes down. This one, well, shit, it's about the same. But still, I mean, this one looks more aesthetically pleasing than, the shoulder pad on that side. So, I don't know what their deal is. Elbow bends, elbows down, you get a swivel right here. So, you get a swivel right there, you get a swivel right here. So, it just helps with a lot of decent articulation. His whole forearm articulates. You got up and down movement at the wrist. It's not a ball joint, but the hands do plug into ball joints. These legs have always been a little finicky for me, but I think they do pretty good. So he can go up about yay far, back yay far. Tail's pretty fat. He can go out, in, about like that. So, yeah. He's got double jointed knees. And since they're ball joints, they kind of just, they're able to go whichever one, every point they want to. He's got a little bit of a ball joint right here. And I just popped off the leg. Foot tilts, but the ankle piece is what helps it. So yeah, it's about like that. Swivel at both, but this swivel's a little harder. So yeah, that's basically it for the legs. Basically, same deal with the Hiya Toys. Only difference is this tail doesn't really hold all of its poses. Now, watch me say that and it hold every one of its poses for the review. I'm trying not to, I don't want to force it too much because then the ball joints will get worn out too quick. It'll hold them poses. And it'll move a lot better. Or, alright, there's that. Yeah, there's the tail. Honestly, it held every single pose that I threw at it. Only issue is this part likes to pop off a lot. Right. So, that's what it looks like. It curves down. But it's a very flippity dippity tail. So, getting into paint and detail. There's the head. A lot different from the Hiya's. Yeah, so basically, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The only paint that's really on this figure is the claws on both pairs of the hands, the mouth, the teeth. Yeah, so that's what that looks like. The eyes are gonna be this nice blue plastic. I don't know if it's painted. I don't know. And the toes are gonna have a nice brownish color. And then the dorsal plates, they're gonna have frosted tips on the main body portion of the spines. It's not going to cascade down into the tail, but you can see right here it's got a couple veins of energy coming from Godzilla. Right here it's got a purple sheen underneath all of this blueness. You can see it right there. There's the paint on the back. So yeah, you're basically gonna have an entirely painted back for this Godzilla figure. And it goes all the way down to the tip of the tail. Here's the under side of Godzilla. Doesn't really have any fancy painting. There's his groin section. SH Monster Arts really knows how to do textures, you know, and they do it well. But sometimes it's almost too much to look at, like being overstimulated. But I swear to God, it's like they barely painted the skin on this guy. On the back of the leg, side of the tail, on his back. There's that on the shoulder, neck. Extending that, you can see that there's a lot more detail shown. Bending the elbow, you can see some more detail right there. Under the neck. Just very, very nice detail. Accessories. So, starting with the hands. You just, okay, come on. Pop them off. As you see right there, just a ball joint. So here's the hands that come with the figure. And here is the new hand. Same brownish paint on the nails. And these are easier to put on. Just like that. Open, close. Little raw hands. Little raw boy. Okay, so basically you just want to rip his head off. Now you have a decapitated Goji. So, what always helps me with taking this out is opening the jaw until you're basically overextending it. About like that. You see the ball joint in there? And then I just twist. And here is the piece you'll put on. What helps me putting this thing on is push in and make sure the connection is secure. Now you got Goji with his atomic blast looking face. There's Goji with his atomic breath on. What you do now is tilt his head up. So now what you want to do is you want to insert his atomic breath like that. And what's cool about this atomic breath, if you find it in a decent position, rotate this thing until it fits into a groove, and look at that. No stand. With, honestly, all of that said, this Godzilla comes with a piece that is definitely not needed. 2 reused hands from the original 2014 Godzilla. And then you got the Spitfire from the Godzilla 2014 release. Here is my final thoughts. So, whichever Godzilla is right for you, that is entirely up to you. It depends on if you really like the Hiya sculpt over the SH Monster Arts sculpt, or you like the SH Monster Arts' articulation over the Hiya's. So with both of these figures being basically the same price now on the market, it really comes to a draw. This figure has decent articulation, amazing paint and detail. This figure has great articulation, decent paint apps, and it comes with accessories. This one was $75. This one was $50. Either one of these would be a great pick for your first Godzilla action figure, or to just add to your collection. They both serve their purposes well, and they're fun to mess around with. I like both of them equally. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm hoping that I don't take as long for the next video. Hopefully I have another one out before Christmas, for the big ol' yearly send-off. But yeah, if you liked the video, subscribe, or well, like, subscribe, you know, watch my other videos, because this is all I do. I would be doing Gundam, but I failed at my first Gundam video, so we'll only see how that goes. I'll probably just break down and just start doing Transformers. See ya.